Hello friends! As many of you know, I am very pregnant and baby girl can come any day now. Sure, the window can be pretty wide, but we're prepping for her to be here very soon. So we wanted to create a video about how we are going to prep the squad because pretty soon they're going to see, smell, and feel a new member in our family. I'm also so excited to share with you how we set up the car for our baby with 3 big dogs, and it's super comfy and very simple. I'm also going to share with you one of the tactics in our training, our plan, how we're going to introduce our baby to the pups, and it's very different than what many think should be done, so be sure to keep watching. For all resources from this video, be sure to go to the description and the pinned comment so you can find everything we're talking about today. Alright, so let's begin. The first thing we did already quite a while ago is that we trained our pups that there's an off-limit space for the newborn and for mom after birth. That is very important. We call it the newborn suite. This is where mom and baby will get to rest quietly and in a clean space during the most delicate time in both of our lives. Newborns need plenty of naps and undisturbed nursing time, and having one designated space in the home where the pups know that it's off limits is important for this very special season in life. This is an important boundary, and like I always say, boundaries make for amazing, healthy, and respectful relationships. Which leads me into understanding important boundaries. Let's talk about preventing dogs from becoming possessive over a baby like a toy or a high-level treat. I see way too many clips on social media of dogs possessing the baby, and it's terrifying. Accidents waiting to happen. And people laugh, think that it's cute. The dog is protecting the baby from the parents by showing teeth and other telling signs. This tiny human is not a dog's new toy that they could guard. From early on, dogs need to learn that the baby is not theirs. If a dog has previously shown any kind of possessive or guarding behavior over high-level treats and toys, it's important to be proactive and to keep a respectful distance between the baby and the dog and not allow the dog to be in between you and the baby. The dog should always be next to you instead, or away at a respectful distance. Dogs are family, but we must also understand and respect the fact that dogs are animals. Their minds are different than ours, and we must respect this fact to live a safe, tranquil, and enjoyable life together. All of us together. Adults, babies, kids, everybody. This is a shared experience. Being overly cautious in the beginning is very important and better and safer than winging things and having to deal with the consequences. So this leads me into the importance of preventing jealousy because of neglect. Our dogs are used to being a huge part of the family. We're so deeply bonded with them for so many years, and jealousy would only be the result if we stopped treating them with the love and connection they are used to, especially in the beginning after the baby is born. So here are the ways we are planning and already practicing to prevent jealousy due to neglect. Of course, newborn parents, newborns, it's so much work. Often we're unprepared for what's coming. But if we plan ahead and we start practicing before baby comes, we'll all have greater success. First of all, planning to meet their daily exercise needs, even during late pregnancy and early parenthood. This is really important. When I'll be resting after birth, I know there will be less possibility for our usual bigger adventures and typical hikes and camping and all the things we love to do. So here is our plan we've already been implementing. Our super senior girls enjoy slow walks, sniffing trees in the neighborhood almost daily. This is easy for me to do even when being this pregnant, and it will be easy for Papa Wolf to do on his own for about 30 minutes per day after baby is born. Our senior girls also love strolling around in the garden, sniffing and exploring every day. We still have snow sometimes, and it allows them to get their exercise and enjoyment at their own pace. We have a nice big garden, and they love just doing rounds and circles and smelling everything. This is one of their favorite things, and we're so happy that we have this for them. Now, on the other hand, Nikolai is a young athletic husky and requires daily rigorous exercise. This is just something that he needs. As a young dog, a young athletic dog, this is really important, and we can't expect them not to have this exercise and be okay with it. This is how we keep a young dog healthy, happy, and trainable instead of being needy, difficult to train, or even destructive. JC alternates already between taking him for a rigorous hour, fast-paced walk. This is one of his favorites. Often doing hills coupled with training, or about a 20 to 30 minute bike touring session. Of course, this takes time to train, but JC has been training him for some months now how to bike tour safely, and this would have not been possible without the years of proper walking manners we've already instilled in him. Playing frisbee is another great energy burning exercise that he loves, and usually takes about 5 or so minutes, and his husky brain is like, okay, I've had enough. But between the bike touring, the fast-paced walks, and playing frisbee, Nikolai gets to burn off his energy and still feel loved and connected as part of the family. All these exercises take either less or the same time as it usually does, even during our normal active times in our life. And this plan will ensure we meet their very important exercise needs during the busiest time of our late pregnancy and very early parenthood. This is 100% all of our responsibility. We gotta meet their exercise needs no matter what. We've done this before for many years, and we're gonna continue doing so once our little baby is born. We're planning to meet their nourishment needs, even during early parenthood with a newborn. As many of you already know, the squad has been eating a healthy, homemade diet since early 2018. We usually do a lot of DIY, a lot of different variety in their diet, and this is one of our favorite things to do. It's also a lot more affordable when you feed a lot of bigger dogs. It's easy, but it requires a little bit more time. It's affordable, nutritious, all that good stuff, but we know that during birth and with a newborn, we'll have a little less time for meal prep in general, for all of us. I mean, I prepped a month worth of meals in the freezer for JC and I, so what do? Do we feed them kibble now for a while? Never. We've never resorted back to processed kibble for our pups since 2018. Kibble is kibble. It's junk food. No matter how much they are advertised as healthy, premium, human grade, and other marketing slogans, kibble is still kibble. It's like a human eating cereal every single day. It's not nutritious. It's not real food. Instead, we'll be rotating various protein blends according to their needs, just like what we mostly fed them during the first year of their transition from kibble to raw. This will be an easy, more efficient way to feed the squad healthy, homemade meals during this busy time in our lives. And as we continue going and we have more time to incorporate other DIY foods, we'll go back to how we always feed them. But having these blends and creating simple meals is a fantastic way to continue nourishing them so they can feel amazing and healthy and continue thriving during this busy time of our lives. We source good quality blends of various proteins, make sure we balance it well with various veggies, and sometimes other additions like homemade bone broth that we all eat, eggs, and of course rotate beneficial supplements. We teach all the methods, ingredients, and options how to feed raw and fresh food according to your budget, lifestyle, and schedule in our Kibble to Raw course. Thousands of dog parents around the world have also ditched kibble for good after taking this course. You too can learn how to feed your dog real food they deserve and mold it to be as convenient and budget friendly as you like. Additionally, we plan to meet their bonding needs, even during early parenthood with a newborn. Which bonding routines do we have with our dogs? Can we still do those with a newborn? These are the questions we asked ourselves. Once we analyzed the answers, this is what we came up with for early parenthood. Since we will not be going camping like we love or big hikes and adventures in the beginning, but we can still do their favorite licky mat sessions, eye contact, tree training sessions, all over the house, all over the garden, and reading a book cuddled up together. We definitely can still chat with them as usual. They like to talk, Huskies. Acknowledging them and play instead of just letting them wonder if you still know that they exist. That is so sad, it breaks my heart. Sometimes a touch, a few words is all your pup needs to feel loved and connected with you. We just have to make the effort to do this, even when busy with a newborn. Alright, so let's move on from this subject and move on to how we'll introduce our baby to the squad. And yes, this is not the norm that people usually think about. Many people, and I've seen lots of videos on social media, just bring the newborn to the dog and allow the dog to smell even lick the baby. If the dog starts being all over the baby, yes, even on top, people assume that the dog falls in love with the baby and think that it's cute. We tend to humanize our dogs instead of treating them like the amazing animals that they are. They are very different than us. It can look cute, but underneath it all, it's not what begins a respectful relationship. And yes, shocker to some people, it can also be very unsafe. I can't count how many people have contacted us that they're perfectly fine, even older dogs have bitten their baby or toddler. And if you want to spend a few moments searching Google for bite statistics, you'll be floored at the numbers. Not only are the numbers way higher than you can imagine, but around half of the bites and injuries are inflicted on babies, toddlers, and kids. And they are the most severe with injuries to the neck and face. Sure, as the babies get older, it's really important toddlers to train them, to teach them, to show them how to behave with dogs. But it's even more important to make sure that the dogs learn really good manners, respectful manners early on in this relationship to prevent these unexpected incidents. Some of these dog parents were heartbroken contacting us that their dog is 10, 11 years old and they're perfectly fine their entire life, but now deeply injured their baby. So let's all be safe and do the right thing in the beginning. This is our plan. We have to understand this is mostly not a dog problem. Not always, but mostly not a dog problem. This is a family introduction and training problem that can highly be prevented by us, adults and dog guardians. I go over in depth and I work with families and their dogs in our private one-on-one training program, but in a nutshell, to scratch this topic, if you bring your baby to your dog as a new toy or a treat from minute number 1, the dog learns that it's theirs as a treat, toy, and as a thing that does not need to be respected, and the dog is free to do with the baby as it wishes. So what is a safer way to do this? This is our plan: boundaries and respect. Just like when we have a new visitor coming to the house, our pups have to be in a relaxed, calm, respectful state before they come up and say hi. They are never allowed to jump, bark, or be at the door ahead of us to meet a new visitor, or even a repeating visitor. It doesn't matter. If you have to use a leash or a crate in the beginning, that's okay. Don't feel bad about it. The dog has to be in a calm state for a good little while, and then with your non-excited permission, they're like, oh, go, come, right? You don't want to do that. It has to be calm. They can come sniff the guest, not jump, and with your permission for a few moments, and if needed, be told to leave again. This is very dog personality and behavior based, but the initial respect still has to be implemented and kept to have a healthy relationship. Like I always say, boundaries and respect is the key foundation to every healthy relationship, and it's equally, and if not more important, with our dogs. Alright guys, I am so excited to share with you our car setup for our pups and baby, and it's super comfy for everyone. Right now we have a minivan, and until recently we used the cargo space for hauling stuff and the middle row for the squad, and it was great. But now we've plushed out the back with our usual super comfy setup for the squad. You can see it in another video that I'll link here below. And I'm so pleasantly surprised how much room they have. We put a mesh divider between the rows. This keeps the squad from coming forward and some of the piles of hair from going into the car seat of our baby. The second row is where we have our car seat, and of course the other seat for me, where I'll be there in the beginning just to monitor her initial rides with the squad and baby together. Anytime when the baby's car seat will not be in use, we got this great cover to keep the car seat cleaner and have a little less dog hair on it. I created an Amazon list where I'll keep adding all of our favorite family products that we love. It'll be linked in the description and in the pinned comment. In the meantime, I'm kind of already on half maternity leave from our branding, tech, and web development business. We're working only on smaller projects until after maternity leave, but I'm so enjoying still right now the one-on-one coaching I provide to dog parents and their dogs. I will continue the private coaching probably until I go into labor. Once she's born, I'm planning to begin the private coaching again before working on anything else. I love helping dog parents and dogs and their families to live the most fulfilling and tranquil life together.